Antibiotic therapy is a targeted attack. Understanding the specific mechanism of action is crucial for selecting the right drug for specific infection and also for predicting potential side effects. Combating the growth rate of antibiotic resistance also. We will see how these drugs target and defeat bacterial invaders, the molecular battlefield, understanding the mechanism of common antibiotics. Antibiotics are chemical substances that either kill or inhibit the growth of bacteria. They are not effective against viruses or fungus. The key is to harm the bacterial cells without damaging the host cells. This is possible because bacteria and human cells have different structures and metabolic pathways. Antibiotics are either bactericidal or bacteriostatic. Bactericidals are antibiotics that directly kill bacteria, whereas bacteriostatic is antibiotics that inhibit bacterial growth, allowing the host's immune system to clear the infection. The other classification is based on the mechanism of action. The first is inhibition of cell wall synthesis. Those antibiotics interfere with the production of peptidoglycan, a vital component of the bacterial cell wall. So this results in weakened cell wall, which cannot withstand internal pressure, causing the bacterium to burst or lysis and die. This one is safe because human cells do not have cell walls, so they are not affected. Examples of cell wall inhibitors are beta-lactam antibiotics and glycopeptides. Beta-lactam antibiotics are penicillins, cephalosporins, carbapenems. They inhibit the enzyme called penicillin binding protein that performs the final cross-linking of the peptidoglycan chains. From glycopeptides, vancomycin is the most commonly used drug. It binds directly to the peptidoglycan precursor and block the addition of new units. It directly binds to the peptidoglycan precursor units, blocking the addition of new units. The second is inhibition of protein synthesis. Antibiotics in this class disrupt the bacterial ribosome, preventing it from reading RNA and assembling proteins. There are bacterial ribosome 17S and 18S. Bacterial ribosome 17S are structurally different from eukaryotic ribosomes or 18S, ensuring selective toxicity. Examples targeting the 13S ribosomal subunit are tetracyclines, which block the attachment of RNA to the ribosome, and aminoglycosides, such as gentamicin or streptomycin. They cause the ribosome to misread the mRNA, leading to faulty proteins. Examples targeting the 50S ribosomal subunit include macrolides, such as erythromycin, azithromycin, which block the ribosome's tunnel, stopping the elongation of the protein chain, and chloramphenicol, which blocks the formation of new peptide bonds. The third mechanism is inhibition of nucleic acid synthesis. These antibiotics prevent bacteria from replicating their DNA or transcribing into RNA. This results in bacterial cells, which is vital genetic process, are halted, preventing reproduction. Examples include fluoroquinolones such as ciprofloxacillin, levofloxacillin, which inhibit two crucial enzymes, DNA GRACE and topoisomerase I, which are necessary for DNA replication and repair, and also rifampin, rifamycin, which block RNA transcription by inhibiting bacterial RNA polymerase. The fourth is inhibition of metabolic pathway or antimetabolites. Some bacteria must synthesize essential molecules such as folic acid to survive. Antimetabolites block these unique metabolic steps. Human cells acquire folic acid from their diet and do not synthesize it, so they remain unharmed by these drugs. Examples include sulfonamides such as sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim. Individually, they block different steps in folic acid synthesis pathway. When used in combination, they provide a synergistic, more effective blockage. As a summary, there are antibiotics that inhibit cell wall synthesis. Those include beta-lactams, vancomycin, which leads to cell lysis. There are also antibiotics which inhibit protein synthesis. There are also antibiotics which inhibit nucleic acid synthesis, and others are antimetabolites. Inhibition of cell wall synthesis leads to cell lysis. Inhibition of protein synthesis leads to non-functional proteins. Inhibition of nucleic acid synthesis leads to inhibition of DNA RNA replication. And antimetabolites leads to blocked folic acid synthesis. Thank you for watching.